Hello! Welcome back to another episode on MegStories. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on new content. I found out that my wife has been having an affair for over 24 years and playing me for a fool. Background: I found out from my wife's friend Katie that my wife, 49, has been having an affair with Katie's ex-husband and may have led to the divorce. This is relevant. I have T's and asked, so I really don't pick up social cues, innuendo, etc. My sister is an attorney at a big law firm. Me and two friends started a company in 1999, always made good money, and sold it in 2021 for $1. So after 20 years, I was an overnight success. My sister and the law firm has helped me every step of the way and obviously know my shortcomings. Like, I don't really understand the concept and valuation of money, but I'm a prodigy with regard to physics. In high school, though I was developmentally disabled, but in the process of diagnostic testing, found out that I had synesthesia, wealth managed by sister and firm. He met wife while getting my PhD. She was outgoing and I am not. Her friends were amazed she was dating me. I only have 4 friends, half and roommate from college and his BF. They are not huge fans of my wife. My wife was always intrigued by my childhood. Mom died suddenly, cerebral aneurysm, when I was dad unable to adapt, so my sister, older than me by 6 years, essentially raised me. But we were feral. I too DI'd my wife. I was a virgin until I was 25 or so, because socially awkward ass dudes, not the guy women date. So I spent my free time working out, running, etc. I'm in great shape and have been since high school. Typical CrossFit body. Women would and still do come up to me, but pretty quickly realized something is off. I asked her not to reveal that I was a virgin because it's embarrassing. She was and is my only experience. We have been married 24 years. She told her group of friends, thinking it was a cute story. Now it's the butt of comments and jokes. I feel completely embarrassed and emasculated. I finally lost it and physically throw one of her friend's husband out of a brew pub and return to my seat to finish my salad. Everyone was in shock because I never say or do anything, and I was complete unemotional ass. Wife lost it because I embarrassed her in front of her friends. Days later, Katie contacted me, the proof of infidelity. Sister firm basically required prenuptial agreement before marriage, which she executed after speaking to attorney. She will get $250 her personal property and a vehicle. If she contests, she risks everything and would likely lose. So total maybe $600K. Sister basically had everything ready to go because she anticipated this years ago. Firm also investigated wife and found out she has multiple profiles on multiple dating apps. Katie's ex is basically broke. Wife hasn't worked since 25, BS in anthropology, so essentially no work experience. I have 2 houses, one on each coast. I'm back east, arrived last night. House in Ka is being renovated, so wife has been staying with her sister or at a resort. Investigator said she actually is staying with BF. She was served the divorce papers last night as she was going into her spin class. She has been calling, texting nonstop, as is everyone she knows. Katie called me to tell me I feel bad about doing this to her. I spoke to Sil briefly yesterday. Sil is divorced. Her ex cheated on her. She didn't believe it until I forwarded some of the texts and pictures. I could hear wife screaming and cursing at me in the background until Sil started screaming at her and showing the pictures. I was uncomfortable. I heard wife, no, please no. It was a mistake, etc. I told Sil I'm sorry, but I have to go. Wife will stay with sister. I owned both house before marrying, so both are my separate property. I have to back out to K in a week, but I'm glad I don't have to be there. She could come out east, but at a symposium, so she doesn't really know where I am. Sister has made it clear that she and her French family should stay away, and my sister's reputation in law is that she is not trifling. So I am divorcing my only relationship I have had. I'm not angry. I understand I could give her the happiness she desired. I will not reconcile to keep the relationship, but I forgive her and hope she will forgive me one day. So this is my life. The certainty of routine and predictability gone. People say it is her fault, but I must have failed her in some manner. Not cool enough, not good-looking enough, not fun enough. For a brief time, I was pretty normal, and it was amazing, but that is all in the past. I'm 56 with a number of issues. I will never marry again and doubt I will ever have another relationship. I have accepted that and am not bitter. I'm realistic. I showed Katie the original post and she started crying, saying it was so sad and I didn't understand her reaction. Then I realized she, and most people, expect to have interpersonal relationships, so to acknowledge that you won't is a shock. For me and a lot of people with ASD, it is operating condition, our normal. We have a difficult time forming relationships, but desperately want them. So we exist each day in a constant state of loneliness and frustration. Update. I spoke to wife today, first time since she was served. She is with Sil. She expressed remorse and asked about reconciliation. I said relationship over. She suggested a one-way open relationship, just me open. That's like giving a fish a hang glider. I don't pick up social cues and am very introverted. Women not lining up to get with me, which is understandable. Not my thing anyways, so no thank you. She gave me a timeline of the affair. I don't understand why. Apparently she didn't sleep with Katie's ex until after their divorce. Good for Katie. Apparently one of the other friends did. These people need to move away from the shallow end of the gene pool. She signed whatever divorce papers needed to be signed and agreed not to challenge prenup. Asked if she could tell me something now that she has no monetary incentive to lie. And that's when my little story turned. I thought she couldn't have kid due to an earlier abortion. I was told the abortion happened 2 months before we met. She said that because she was embarrassed. There was no abortion. She was severely sexually assaulted when she was 15. Severely. How severe? He died in prison, but if he hadn't, he still would be in jail because he was a serial rapist. I knew she was in the hospital for months at that age from her family stories. She has been in therapy for the entire time I've known her. An awful lot of holes in her life story get filled in quickly by this. My sister, a lawyer, confirmed there is a sealed record court in connection to my wife that fits the timeline and would be indicative of the same. She has an older mentor, Kakin. She would see a couple times a year. I could never understand the mentorship because my wife doesn't work and Connie retired a couple years ago as the director of a SIA victim support organization. I think you can guess why. At this point, my head is spinning because when Connie retired, guess who became the new director? Katie. It turns out that Katie and my wife were in the group together. That's how they met. That's the same way all of my wife's female friends met. They were all in the support group together or met through the support group. The worst part, now every odd or inconsistent thing about that group makes sense. Sil confirmed, as did Katie. Sister confirmed that every female in that group either has a sealed file or is listed as a victim of C if publicly available. I asked, why didn't you tell me? She didn't want me to think she was damaged. Therapist said she thinks wife had affair, hoping to get caught to sabotage marriage because she couldn't have children. So here I am. Now what? I asked my sister, what would she do? Her response was, it only matters what you would do. This is my life. This shit show is my life. If you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more of it and support the channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications.